Here we go. So this is a special episode of the Sports Schmorts podcast. Um, I'm currently by myself. Due to scheduling, the other two couldn't make it, and I kind of want to take the opportunity to try a solo episode. I don't know exactly what to talk about because a lot of the topics I do want to talk about, I kind of need the other two here for their opinion. Just recently, Stephon Diggs was traded from the Bills to the Texans, and I'm just waiting for Adrian to kind of point at the Bills and say trash or that they're not going to make the playoffs. And so I don't want to talk too much about it because I'll probably bring it up next week's episode when we get the whole crew. But my first impressions is that it's a good trade. That's like the first thing I said as soon as the season ended was that they needed to trade Stephon Diggs. It just wasn't working. He got Josh Allen developed, and he helped them become a perennial playoff team and division winner. But he always disappeared in the playoffs, whether it be because the offensive play call or offensive scheme wasn't designed for playoff success, or the defenses doubled him. Whatever the reason, I've had him on fantasy. I know that Stephon Diggs doesn't perform well late in the season, so I was championing that the Bills should move on from him, trade him. A second round pick, I think, is good value. Would prefer it to be this year's, but he is 30. I don't know how much value they could have gotten out of him if they really pressed for this year's draft. But a second round pick next year isn't bad. And this is a deep wide receiver draft, so I think they can find replacement for Stephon Diggs. Other than that, the NFL is still pretty slow. It's still pre-draft. The only consistent thing coming out of the NFL is that J.J. McCarthy is apparently the son of Jesus Christ or whatever. He's like the best quarterback ever. It's like all you hear from analysts right now is J.J. McCarthy's climbing the boards and he's really good and underrated. I don't see it. I mean, I guess in a good system he could be, but I wouldn't take J.J. McCarthy in the first round. Maybe a late first round. Like I'll trade back into the 32nd pick so I can get that 5th-year contract if I really believed in him, but that's still a little too rich. So the NFL is pretty slow. The XFL just started. I didn't get to watch the first week, the couple games over the weekend. I don't exactly pay for TV, so it's not like a free streaming service or one of those services I already have, like HBO or I guess it's just called Max or Hulu. I don't typically watch live TV unless it's on either one of those two. But I mean, the games looked fun. I saw the highlights. I can get behind it. Now, obviously, it's not going to be to the level of the NFL, but I mean, what is? At least the games were close. The issue I have with watching college football is typically the games are never close, and it kind of gets boring after a while. But I guess it's not the XFL, it's UFL, sorry. But the UFL looks pretty good, promising. I'll try to catch more games over next weekend. So unfortunately, my Battlehawks starting 0-1 isn't ideal, but we'll bounce back. Other sporting news: we have the NCAA tournament going on, March Madness, both Final Four. I'm more excited to watch the women's Final Four. Since the Lobos lost and got out of the March Madness, I've just kind of ignored that side. Like I haven't really been listening or watching much of the men's basketball tournament. I've been following a lot of women's because I don't know if it's just better star player, better well-known names like Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Juju Watkins. But I just find that their games are more exciting, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just more fun to watch their games than it is the men's. So I've just been following the women's side. Currently have an 80% accurate bracket for the women's, and my men's bracket, although I picked the Lobos to win, which is probably the reason why it's like 60%. So I don't know. Can't wait for tomorrow. That's when we have UConn Iowa play. That'll be an exciting game. I'm a root for Paige Beckers. She's probably one of my favorite players from college basketball. I feel like people have forgotten about her. Everyone's talking about Caitlin Clark. No one talks about Beckers no more, and I think everyone's missing out. What else? I think that's it for the sports. I mean, baseball started. I don't really care until World Series happens. So um, until we know what happens with Otani, we're probably not going to talk about baseball until the World Series, and even then, might be a passing comment. It's just a hard sport to get into and talk about, especially if you don't know all the numbers behind every single thing. Like on TikTok the other day, I was scrolling past since the season started. People were talking about baseball, and as I was scrolling, I heard someone just start talking about a specific player. I think it was from the Athletics because of the whole shit show the A's are. But they rattle off this player's stats and they use so many different like categories, and I don't even know what half of them mean. And they're talking about batting average, on base percentage, slugging, WAR, slash line. I'm like, I don't fucking know what any of those mean other than batting average and on base percentage. That's all I know. I don't know what slugging is, a slash line, a WAR, fucking OPS. I don't understand it, and it's kind of hard to get into it when it's hard to get into baseball when you're expected to basically go to college for a degree in mathematics. Like, I don't want to sit there and learn about fucking numbers. I mean, the NFL is the same in a way where, like, you're going to hear about completion percentage and passing yards or however total yards they have, and then they'll bring in yak or yards after catch and run after contact, or yeah, run after contact, or run after catch, yards after contact. I always get those two confused, but you'll hear about that. But they're pretty self-explanatory. Like, what the fuck's the slugging percentage, and why is that different than like a batting average? What's a slash line? I don't understand. Also, I don't understand why for pitchers they have like I don't know. I feel like I'm explaining the same thing over again. There's just each position has like 7 different stats that are important, and unless you have a degree in mathematics, you're not gonna understand how to calculate it. So there's a barrier of entry for baseball, and I can't get into it. And I don't think Adrian Antonio would want to get into it. So we're just ignoring MLB until we can say what happened. Um, uh, Other than that, sports has been pretty slow. We're in a slow season. Draft is soon, so let's move on to something else. I've been playing Resident Evil recently. Resident Evil 4, the remake. I typically refer to our remake. So if I say our remake, it's the remake. So our remake 2, Resident Evil 2 remake, our remake 3, and so on and so forth. If I reference Resident Evil, it's probably the original, like Resident Evil 2005, which is Resident Evil 4. Um, I've been playing Resident Evil RE4 remake. I'm an idiot. I've been playing RE remake 4. My God, that game is so fucking good. But I was playing it last night and actually had a thought in my head pop up. Since the mechanic in the game is there's an economy system where you buy weapons, sell weapons, and there's a lot of different weapons you can choose from. So like for every game to be different, which is really cool. A lot of replayability. Because like right now, when I played Resident Evil 4, the original, I would always, anyone that played the R remake 4 the first time, I always used the Red 9. That's the one gun I always use is the Red 9. It's the strongest pistol, and you get it pretty early on. This time I decided that I'm just gonna stick with the starting guns for every type of gun that I get. So there's like 3 or 4 different shotguns, can't remember. And I've just stuck with the first one you get, which is typically the worst one. But whatever, I'm trying to make it work. It's pretty fun. Same thing. I'm doing the first pistol, the starting pistol that you get at the beginning of the game. I'm doing the first sniper, which is the worst sniper because it's bolt action, and so the rate of fire is pretty slow. Typically, you want something that you can just rattle off bullets instead of sitting there between each bullet to restart it. Oh, damn it! I didn't mean to pick up the nuke. I'm playing zombies at the moment. I'll get into that here in a second. But a thought that popped in my head is like, what's the canon loadout? Like, canonically, what gun does Leon in the game have when he finishes it? And this popped in my head, and I don't know why, because in Halo 2, the third mission where you destroy the Scarab, I think is what it is, you walk out of the Scarab typically with the gun that you had when you finished the level. So if you finish the level holding an RPG or the rocket launcher, you'd walk out with the rocket launcher, which I thought was really interesting because it kind of shows that, at least for that mission, because I don't remember if it was any other mission that has that. That mission, canonically, you beat that mission. Or I always wonder what technically what weapon did the Master Chief use to destroy it, because with the choice that they give us and how many options Resident Evil has, obviously not every single one of them is correct, and there's always going to be like the canonically correct loadout, and I always wonder what that was. If it's the first weapons that you get in the game, or if it's the last ones you get, which are typically the better ones. And one of the things that prompted this is that the first pistol it says it's like designed for Leon or something. So that's what popped in my head, was that should be the gun that I use, because technically that's the one that Leon has that was made for him. And which led me to start using that one for this new run of Resident Evil 4. I don't know. It's something that when I'm working, I'm kind of brain dead. And that was one of the things that popped in my head. The other one was, I don't know if I've mentioned this in the previous episodes, but ever since we started recording remotely and we're in our own area, I've typically been playing Black Ops 4 Zombies. And it's kind of helped me, I don't know, talk through to a microphone, I guess, because I'm not so overthinking what I'm trying to say. I'm just kind of talking and focusing on the game, mainly because it's also a brain dead game, so I'm just running around with a shotgun right now, shooting some fucking zombies. Pretty fun. But it's helped me kind of focus on something while I talk, which has helped me keep my ideas flowing and me not get so nervous when I'm talking, because it's kind of a weird feeling to just talk to yourself. Even when I'm talking to Adrian Antonio, it's kind of a weird feeling that we're talking to them while trying to engage with like the audience, or trying to tell compelling stories to keep your attention. You start to overthink a lot of that, and having a game to play while doing that keeps me distracted enough to where it doesn't feel weird or makes me nervous, and it keeps me kind of focused in a weird way. And then I just recently listened to some of the Rooster Teeth podcasts, or I guess the podcast with Jeff from Rooster Teeth, Achievement Hunter, and he's brought up how at first he used games as a crutch, because when you kind of run out of things to say, you kind of talk about the game. There's always something going on to keep the attention of the audience when you fail to do so, or you're struggling to do so. And I think I get it, but I'm also like, I don't know, I guess I'd prefer let's playing, I guess is the technical term. I don't know. I would rather 100% use this as the crutch. I don't know. It just feels better. It kind of gives people something to watch. If we were able to stream or record gameplays and stuff and start uploading that would be a thing that I would like to do, or at least thinking about doing. I try to stream. I haven't streamed in a while. Just been kind of crazy with everyone's schedule. People getting sick. People not making to D&D and stuff, or game nights. Things come up. That's fine. But having gameplay on in the background, I guess it's the whole thing with TikTok where you have like the Subway Surfers right below the fucking whatever they're talking about, or like the Minecraft parkour that's underneath the Reddit Am I the Asshole fucking story time readings. I don't know. it's not that I can't focus on the things. It's just if I focus too much, I overthink a lot of the things I'm trying to say, which leads to either me fucking up or flubbing up words, saying something stupid, or like saying something before thinking, and not getting my ideas thoroughly said. But this is kind of fun. It's a struggle to talk to yourself. I've tried this a couple times. This is probably the best I've done it. Um, there's a couple of last year when we're thinking about starting, or when I was thinking about starting to do this with Adrian. Um, I would drive home, and I would just record me talking on the way home. And driving and talking felt nice, but then I would try to record myself talking and like recording an episode or a pilot or whatever without something to hold my attention, and holy shit, that was a struggle. I don't know if I have any recordings or any files of me trying to do that here, but Jesus Christ, they probably sucked ass. I mean, I don't even know if this is good. This probably sucks ass too. Honestly, I don't know if I'm gonna release it. I feel like I've talked about nothing. I feel like just fucking nothing has been said, nothing of note. It's just me talking about dick all or whatever. I don't. Jesus, how do people do this? I don't understand. I need to play Fortnite. I don't know. Diego, if I upload this, which means you can hear this right now. Have you played the season's Fortnite? I've played a lot of the season's Fortnite in the first week or two that it came out, and then I just haven't since, which sucks because I think they just released the chorus skin, and I really want to get it. I'm looking at the battle pass. There's a really cool Artemis skin at like level 70 that I really want because it looks really sick, but I'm only level 20 and I haven't played in a while, so I'm falling really behind. But on top of that, I have to play Destiny 2 because the final shape comes out soon, and I think next week or in 2 weeks they're releasing a new like event thing called Into the Light, which is like they're adding a lot of stuff. It's like a new season update that's not a new season entirely. What guns am I using? I don't know. I haven't played that, so I'm falling behind. I almost have that battle pass, so I'm good with Destiny 2, but I'm just missing out on some of the new stuff they're adding. I don't know. How do we balance these games? Like, fuck. Like, I'm playing zombies right now because it's something I don't have to focus on or do anything. And then for game nights, we always struggle to play games. That's the thing I hate. We have so many fucking games to play, and we always dedicate a Friday for game night. Yet, when game night comes, we have no idea what to play. I hate that feeling because then I look at all my Steam games and Xbox games. I'm like, there's so many games we can play. There's so many fucking games. I just don't know if we're too picky or no one is just being assertive enough to just say that this is the game we're playing. It's also tough because we each have like our own tastes. So a lot of the games that I like, typically Adrian doesn't like. It's the games that me and Adrian like. Tyler typically doesn't like. It's hard to find a game that we all can play, but fuck, dude. It's getting to a point where, like, we just kind of gotta play games. Holy shit. The fuck am I doing in this game? I've not bought any perks. It's round 11, and I've... Oh, shit. Almost died. Round 11, and I've 13,000 points, and I've just been running around killing zombies, not actually trying to do it. Right, what I'm trying to do in Black Ops 4 Zombies is I found out that they have their own mastery camo, and so I've been playing anytime I'm home, just working on unlocking dark matter in zombies because I think it's really cool. I have dark matter in Cold War Zombies. That's the first mastery camo I've ever unlocked. I think that's pretty cool. And once I noticed that Black Ops 4 Zombies has it, I've decided to try to work on it. It's a long process. It sucks ass because a lot of the guns you need like 3,600 headshots, which is a fuck ton of headshots. Typically, I get to round 30 and I have like 1,000. So getting to round 30 3 times typically finishes the first half of the gun, and the second half is even worse because you're getting like 2,000 kills with no attachments, 2,000 kills with attachments, and so you can't do those simultaneously. So at that point, you're doing 4,000 extra kills on top of the 3,600 headshots before. I don't know. They're really fuck. I kind of don't like the challenges they set for the guns in this one. Like it's just too long. It's not even hard. It's just really tedious. Oh shit! I almost got hit again. Almost died. But I'd say like the game is actually kind of fun. I didn't play a lot of Black Ops 4 Zombies. That's when I stopped playing zombies. This is Black Ops 4, which sucks because I like these maps. These maps are fun, and the game is difficult enough to where it's not boring. Like the issue with Black Ops 3, and I love Black Ops 3. I think Black Ops 3 might be the best zombies. The maps are great, and everything about the game is just, I don't know. They put a lot more effort in Black Ops 3, it feels like, than any other zombies mode. But they also made it really freaking easy because of the double pack, the elemental, whatever they have, after effects on pack punch weapons. Where I think those like special effects on pack punch weapons you can get does like infinite damage. So as long as you can get it popped at a certain time, you can just go on forever. I remember, I need to find out exactly what my highest round is, and I think the Giant, which is the remastered Darius in Black Ops 3. I think I got to like round 30 something, 35 before I decided to call it quits. And it was because I got fireworks on the Dracon and fireworks on the Dingo, which were probably the two best guns in the game. And I was able to time it to where I can get those, because I think they're cooldown. So I timed it to where I got fireworks to pop, and it killed all the zombies that I trained. Then I would train and gather up all the zombies, and then I'll time it to where the next zombie I killed would pop fireworks, and fireworks always killed every single zombie like on the screen. So they made it really easy to get to high rounds if you can figure out the timing on when those elemental bullets pop. Black Ops 4, they took that away. I think there's a damage cap now. I'm not sure. But the guns don't do as much damage as they used to in Black Ops 3. So getting to high rounds is actually kind of difficult. But it's not too difficult where like you can't do it. The maps are actually at least the Ether story maps. If you don't know about Black Ops 4, they actually did 2 different stories in Black Ops 4 Zombies. The first one was the Chaos. That's the new one they started in this game with a bunch of different characters. And the continuation of the story was called the Ether story, where they brought back all the originals like Nikolai and Rektofen and Tank and Takeo. I don't know. Shit. So they brought those characters back and continued the story and ended the story. It's really sad. But I think the maps in the Ether story are actually really good. Like, they're much smaller. Oh, fuck, I got downed. Shit. They're small enough that so like they're big enough to where you can train, and there's some spots where you can actually survive, but they're small enough to where it's not too easy. Like right now I'm playing Alpha Omega, which is the Nuketown zombies that they had, and I mean I already went down twice since round 14. It's probably because I'm distracted, but fuck, it's a lot of corridors and hallways that are hard to navigate, and if you get caught trying to go through them between open spaces, you get fucked. But they also have circular paths too. So even though the corridors are narrow, or like the walkway, whoops, you can actually still train around them as long as you don't get stuck from the front. Like if a zombie comes from the direction you're running towards, and you're training, you get fucked. But as long as you're able to just slide and maneuver around them, you're chilling. It's not too hard. Round 15, and I have not packed. Oh shit! I have not packed punched. I have one. Nope, I lost that perk. So I think that'll just about do it. I'll catch y'all next week. See ya.